Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Finally, Android 17 is here and I have it on my 10 Pro XL to show you all the new changes. So without further ado, let's jump in. Let's start by talking about the home screen. On the left, I have the Pixel 9 Pro XL running Android 16, and on the right, I have the 10 Pro XL running Android 17. And the first change is the new blur animation you get when you open and close apps. So take a look closely at the background. When I open the same app on both, you will see a slight blur before opening the app on the screen. The second change is under the app shortcuts menu, which is the ability to open any app in a floating bubble by using this button. It looks exactly the same as the notification bubbles. Here is how you can expand it, collapse it, place it anywhere on the screen, drag it over the drop target to close the app, or use the manage button to dismiss the bubble. You have the ability to open up to 4 apps at the same time. So here's the second one. Then we have the third, and finally the fourth. But once you open more than 4 apps, it replaces the last one in the list. Plus, it gives you a really cool animation when you drag the bubbles over. If you have multiple apps open, you can close individual apps by dragging them to the drop target like this. You have a plus button to see the most recent apps you used as bubbles. And you can also close all of them at once by dragging all of them over the drop targets. Unfortunately, this update doesn't include the Blur UI we've seen in QPR1 betas, but we got the Blur UI only in one place, which is the widget picker. You can see a frosted glass-like background for the widget picker, and here's how it looks side by side. You can also see the same difference when you open the widget picker from the app shortcuts menu. There is another difference here. Instead of using this smaller card like Android 16, it now goes full screen with a handle at the top to indicate that you can dismiss it like this. Under the Wallpaper and the Style app, we have a couple of changes. The first one is related to the colors menu. When you choose the monochrome option on both, on Android 17, it uses a darker color when compared to Android 16. So you can see here the quick settings is black, while on Android 16 it looks gray. Also, when you go to the volume controls, you'll see the same difference. So let me open the volume panel on both. You can see a big difference in the color. Also, when you go to the Wallpaper and the Style app itself, you will see the same treatment. The second change is under the icons page. First, the create option is now the first one in the list with a bigger circle. Then we have a brand new tab called names, which allows you to hide app names from your home screen. And here is how it looks in action. Before jumping to the next chapter, if you like my wallpapers, go ahead and download the Wallpapers by In-Depth Tech Reviews app, which will give you access to hundreds of exclusive wallpapers that will make your smartphone look stunning. Plus, you have the ability to edit any of these wallpapers using the 4 sliders under the wallpaper like this. And then you can download either the edited or the normal version of the wallpaper locally on the device, which will allow you to apply the wallpaper effects of Android 17 on any of them. If you want to give it a try, please check Google Play Store in the description below. And now let's get back to Android 17. In the recent apps screen, we have a couple of changes as well. The first one, when you select an image from the recent apps screen, you will see a brand new save option that didn't exist before. And when you open 2 apps in a split screen view like this, and then tap on the bar in the middle, it reveals those 2 arrows that help you resize the 2 windows like this. And if you have one small app and then tap on the bar again, the arrow changes into an X to close this app if you want. Now let's move on to the quick settings and notification shade. The first change is the separate mobile data tile that didn't exist before. Previously, both were located under the same internet tile, and that gives you the ability to toggle the Wi-Fi and mobile data on or off separately, which wasn't the case before. Plus, when you turn on the mobile data, it requires a confirmation on Android 17, but both take you to the same exact internet card. No difference in this part when it comes to Android 17. The tiles also animate differently with Android 17. They are a bit more bouncy in comparison. And when you expand the quick settings, you will see a slight change in the brightness slider. The icon is now bigger and flipped. Moving to the media controls, there are a couple of design tweaks. First, the album art is now darker and the accent color inspired by the album art is lighter. The axis indicators also got a complete revamp, so let me open the camera on both and then expand the quick settings. They are now grouped together in one container with an arrow to hint for expansion. The icons are bigger and they are no longer outlined. Other than this, both work exactly the same way. The screen recorder is another area that got a complete revamp with Android 17. Previously, it used to expand inline, while currently when you tap on the screen recorder, it dismisses the quick settings, showing this floating card on the screen, which is much smaller than the previous version. The second difference is it now defaults to the entire screen option instead of the record one app option like before. Plus, Google renamed the two options. Instead of having record this screen, we have entire screen. Record one app is now called single app. Let me switch to the single app option on both to show you more differences. On Android 16, in this mode, you need to tap on the next button to choose an app from your recent apps screen or one from the app drawer, while currently this menu expands inline and you can only pick an app from the recent apps screen. We no longer have access to the app drawer. Another difference here is when you go back from this page, it takes you to the screen recorder card, while previously when you dismiss this screen, you have to initiate the screen recorder from scratch. Another difference in this mode is Android 17 automatically picks the most recent app from your recent apps screen, so you can start recording this app immediately without doing any extra steps, while previously you have to choose the app first to be able to start the recording. Recording audio is totally different as well. On Android 16, it requires activating the toggle first and then choose one of the three options, device, audio, microphone, or both, while currently you have two separate toggles. You can enable one or two, which makes more sense and easier. Now let me switch to the entire screen option to show you more differences. The show touches on screen is now called show touches. And when you hit the record screen button, you will see some differences as well. Previously, we used to get this big card with the ability to stop or close the window, while currently it's a much smaller chip at the top of the screen. From here, you can dismiss it using the X. You can also toggle the show touches on screen halfway through in case you forgot enabling this toggle before recording. I wish we had the same for the audio recording as well. And the stop button looks totally different. It has a red color. It's much smaller and looks better as well. Another big difference here is when you stop the recording. On Android 16, we used to get a notification. Tapping on it plays the video inside Google Photos, while currently it has its own dedicated player. In this player, you get the play and pause button. You have the time. You can mute or unmute the sound. You have a progress bar. And when you tap on the new option, it takes you back to the screen recorder. And you can get back to the same exact player by tapping on the notification. Tapping the edit button takes you to the video editor in Google Photos, which makes your life easier. Then we have the ability to delete the video or share it immediately from here. Another change is when you delete any video, you get a toast notification here at the top to undo the action like this. It's also worth noting that the screen recorder animations are a lot more bouncy when compared to Android 16. So that's it with the quick settings. Now let's talk about the notification shade. The first change here, when you enable Do Not Disturb, you see the Do Not Disturb icon on top of the text, plus the text is now bigger. Not only this, but when you clear all the notifications, you will see a different message as well. It now says you are all caught up, while previously it used to say no notifications. Plus we have a brand new icon over here as well. The live notifications also got a small visual tweak. Now we have a bigger and centered action button. And lastly, the Android system icon got redesigned, and here's a side-by-side comparison between the two. And now it's time to show you some random tweaks here and there, starting with Gemini. Previously, when you trigger it using the power button, your home screen shrinks, but it doesn't do the same when you trigger it using the corner swipe, while currently on Android 17, the same animation happens either way. The second change is the redesigned location access card. Now it has a rounded square design instead of the circular one. The selected option gets a fill color with a checkbox at the top left corner. And when you copy text, the floating chip is using a white color for the icons and text to make them more readable. In the biometric authentication card, we got this brand new X button at the top right corner. And when you try to share a contact, you will see a redesigned contacts picker. It has the search functionality at the top. This is how you can select a contact. It shows a floating chip at the bottom to cancel the selection, preview the contact before sharing, or tap on done to share it as file or text. And now it's time to talk about all the new changes under settings. First, all the menu items in Android 17 are shorter, which will save you some space while scrolling. Under network and the internet and then internet, when you go to the settings page of your Wi-Fi connection, you will see a brand new toggle called Share Network that will allow other users on this device to access the network. Once you enable the switch, it activates another one that allows users to edit the network, but you have the ability to disable the editing part and only share the network connection. Under apps, when you go to the info page of any app and then scroll down a bit, you will see a brand new toggle called App Tasks, and the description says seamlessly continue where you left off on other devices, but I couldn't spot any app that takes advantage out of this feature yet. The second change is under default apps. When you go to Digital Assistant app, you will see a simplified menu. And instead of having 3 toggles, we only got one toggle called Use Screen and App Data that you can turn on or off. And from here, you can immediately choose the Assistant app, while previously it was hidden under a different page. Under sound and vibration, we got a brand new slider for the assistant volume that didn't exist before, but keep in mind that this slider doesn't appear in the volume panel and it only appears when you start talking to the assistant. And here's a quick example. How are you today?
I'm doing great.
So as you see, now the volume slider is showing. Under display and touch, we have multiple changes. The first one is under the dark theme. The expanded option now has this gear icon next to it, so you can choose what apps to include or exclude from this feature. Back to the main display and touch settings, we got a brand new menu called Comfort Filters that combines 2 features, Night Light, which we already have for a while, in addition to a brand new feature to Android 17 called Comfort View. The description says reduce eye strain with filters. Comfort View gives your screen a softer, more pastel look, and Night Light limits harsh blue light at night. When you enable the Comfort View toggle and then increase the intensity, you can see that the colors become less vibrant and the whole look is softer. You can adjust it manually or you can toggle the dynamic option and let the system decide for you. And the last change in display and touch is the updated illustration for the screen resolution page. Under system and then keyboard, you will see that the on-screen keyboard is now called Keyboard Apps, but both are exactly the same. The second change in system is located under date and time. When you scroll all the way down, you will see a brand new toggle called Scheduled Clock Change. The description says receive a notification when your clock performs a scheduled change, for example, for daylight saving time. Plus, you have the ability to see the next change, if any. And the last change in this page is the advanced and managed data sections swapped places. Now let's move to security and privacy. The first change you will see is the redesigned icon and bigger scan device button. And when you scroll down a bit to the privacy dashboard, you will see a brand new description that says app and AI assistant activity. And when you go inside, you will see a separate section for the AI assistant activity and it says Google. And as you see, it says here, no access. Back to the main settings page, and you will notice some of the menus are grouped differently. The passwords, passkeys, and accounts is now called passwords and passkeys because accounts and backup are now grouped together in one menu called accounts and backup. And when you go to accounts and backup and then backup or copy data on Android 16, you will see that the copy data using Android switch got renamed to Android Switch. Moving to the parental controls, you will see some differences. The controls for this phone toggle got replaced with set up a parental controls pin. Plus, we have a brand new option for the App Store filters. Here you can choose an age restriction for each type of content. So let's create a quick pin to show you how it works. You can skip the recovery email and then go to App Store filters. Here you can choose an age restriction for apps and games. Then we have movies, TV, and finally books. And the last change under settings is the slightly tweaked Easter egg. So when you go to the Android version and tap on it multiple times, now on Android 17, you need to connect all the dots first to reveal the logo. And when you tap and hold on it, both will give you the same exact spaceship game. So that's pretty much it for today. These are all the new changes I wanted to show you in Android 17. Please let me know in the comments if I missed anything. But for now, thanks so much for watching and see you in the next video.